Okay, all right, everybody. Look, I've got another box. Right, okay, so what's inside this box today? Well, you can see the box. It's quite compact. It's quite small. So that means there's a small bike inside this box. So let's get the bike by here and we can have a good look at it and see what it's all about. Right, okay, here it is, all put together, easy to put together. Seat in, front wheel on, handlebars, pedals, and you're done. Now, it has got a sticker by here. I'll show you a picture of this, and you might think, why is that sticker by there? You'll think, why have they put that there? But it's got an arrow pointing that way, and it says riding direction. And that's not to tell you which way to ride, it's to tell you which way to put the handlebars on. So there we go. So let's have a bit of a closer look at this bike. It is small, it is tiny. I'm not tiny, so will I be able to ride it? We'll have to see a little bit later on, but let's have a look. Now, if we look here at the wheels, it looks like these wheels are actually made of steel. We got 160mm discs, we got cable operated brakes, and the wheels and tyres are 14 inches. And where does it say here? It says here somewhere 14 times 2.125. So this is what it looks like with me sitting on the bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimetres or 1.78 metres. It is an upright position at the moment. The seat is in its highest position and there is only a little bit of adjustment with the seat. So the seat post, here's the seat post, and I don't know if you can see, I think the battery runs through this middle thing here. You can see the seat post stem has only got that amount there of travel. So if I take the seat post out, and this seat is set at its highest, that's the highest it can go. If I take the seat post out, this is the issue, look. Little tiny weeny thing. Look at the adjustment you've got, that much there. So if you're taller than me, the bike's not going to be very good because it's only got a tiny amount of adjustment there on the seat. Now, having a little bit of a closer look, we've got, just by there, look, we've got the front light at that end there, and then we've got the tail light at that end there. So it's like a long tube there. Now, I think the specs of the battery must be by there, but I'll have to get a camera in, look a bit closer. The hub motor at the back there does look like, it does look quite big for the size of the wheel, so we'll see what that's like a little bit later. And we have got rear suspension. It is only a single speed at the back on the chain, but it is rear suspension, but there's no front suspension. So we'll see what it's like when we do get it out a little bit later on. And I believe the controller must be in that part there. Okay, so we got the magnet of truth, so we'll put it on the frame there. That feels like it's steel because it is stuck to it there. We'll go down to the wheels, and they are steel. We'll go to this little bit of swing arm at the bottom, and that is steel as well. And we'll go to this bit here, and that is steel as well. So, if I can get that off there, this is an all steel construction. So, looking up here on the handlebars, optional thumb throttle. I had to fit that. You don't have to put it on. I've put it on because I think it's going to be difficult for me to pedal my size compared to the bike. So I've put the thumb throttle on. We've got a bell, we've got a reflector, we've got the display. It is a basic display, so let's put it on like that. And you've got your battery levels there, your power levels, your speedometer there, your odometer, and then this is the levels, which is 3. And then if I hold on the plus button like that, you see the headlight comes on and the tail light comes on. And then if you hold that button down there, it probably has a walk function, which we'll try a little bit later on. Okay then, there we go. That was a quick look round the iScooter U1. Let's get this bike out on the old open road. All right then, here we are out on the open road. So let's have a bit of a hill test by here, only a small hill test, this one here. We'll just try this little bit by here with the pedal of power. See what it's like. I got it on level 3, the full power. And this hill, surprisingly, isn't too bad at all. So that was okay. Now, once we get off this main road by here, we'll take it to the mountain and we'll try a a bit of a steeper hill test. That's if I can get across this busy roundabout. Because it is the afternoon, so it's probably going to be quite busy. Now, we do only have a 7.8 amp hour battery, so I don't know how good that's going to be and how far it's going to go. But anyway, I wonder if I can get past this person if he hears my bell. Let's try the bell. No. All right, there we go. The bell worked and he heard me. Right, we've got by here now. Oh, we've got cruise control. So it has got cruise control. Let's try the speed test by here now. Let's get on this main road by here. Right, we're in level 3. Let's press the throttle down. Let's see if it does get up to 15.5, 15.3, 15.4. So 15.4 is the top speed. Can I get a 15.5? I can't. 15.4, that's it, flat out. That was with the thumb throttle hours. Obviously, can I pedal a bit faster? Nah, you can't, because it's only single speed. When you get to 15.5, your legs are going round like crazy. So the big hill is just to the right of me by here. Not far away from it now. So let's pedal now. Now, like I said, you pedal for a certain amount of time, and then I think the cruise control function kicks in. I'm still pedaling at the moment. It's quite easy at the moment and comfortable, so it's not as bad as I thought. And my knees are not coming up past 90 degrees, which is pretty good. When I put the other camera on later on, you'll be able to see how high my knees are coming. But so far, not too bad. So the cruise control didn't kick in then. So is it only when I use the thumb throttle? Let me just see. No, it hasn't kicked in then. You've got to use it for a certain amount of time and then it kicks in, I assume. Right, I've put the headlight on, so we'll have a look what the headlight is like when we get in this tunnel by here. So the headlight isn't adjustable, but there we go. Can you see it there? It is pointing down, I'd say a little bit low, but you can't adjust it. It's fixed. I don't think there's any way of adjusting our headlight because it's fixed in by there. So I'd say the headlight is just a little bit low. A little bit low. Right, we're coming to the big part of the hill now, so let's turn the light off. I think I gotta, let's pull over by out the way of this car. Okay. Right, here we go then. Big hill test. So, I'm not expecting miracles by here because it is only, after all, a small little 14-inch wheels, you know. 36 volt battery, 7.8 amp hours. Here we go. Onto the steep stuff. So far, all right. Not too bad. This is where it's steep by here now, so how much effort have I got to put in by here? Let's hope no cars come down because I don't want to stop. I am putting a bit of effort in. It is easier than a normal bike. This is more of a city commuter, so I'm taking it sort of out of its sort of comfort zone, I suppose. But we are getting up here. Can I get to the cattle grid without being puffed out? I suppose that's more of my fitness level than anything. But so far, not too bad, not too bad. I am pressing on the pedals, mind. So I am doing a bit of work, but I'll be surprised if I do get to the cattle grid. I think I'm gonna make it there. It's just up there. It's not far away. Getting close to the cattle grid now. I am going to make it to the cattle grid. Here we go, we're nearly there, folks. I made it. Now, let's stop by here a second and let's gauge if I'm puffed out or not. Not. So I'm a little bit, you know, it's a mild workout, that was, I'd call it, but it was still comfortable. So even though this bike is tiny, it was still comfortable coming up that hill. Now, seeing as we've stopped by here, I think we'll do the old squishy seat test thing like that. And the seat does feel quite comfortable. It's squishy around here, look, it's squishy, squishy, squishy. There's my hand look for reference. So it's quite wide, not the widest seat, but it is quite wide, and it is quite squishy. And the rear suspension down by there is doing its job. It is making it a little bit more comfortable. Front suspension would have been nice, but there we are, you can't have everything, can you? Anyway, let's carry on up the rest of that hill there. But it made it up that hill. So, you know, quite surprised. Anyway, let's get up that way. Now, what I'm going to do, we'll go up this hill here. I'll try the walk function, and then we'll try a brake test on the way back down, see what it's like, and then I'll come back down the hill with gravity to see what the handling is like and what it's like at speed. So I'm a bit nervous about doing the speed test because it is a small wheeled little bike. It might suffer with you know, wheel wobble or something like that. So, but the bike did get it up there. It didn't cut out or anything, so that's not too bad at all. Now this bit of the hill is steep as well, so I am getting a bit of a, you know, I am getting a bit of a workout. Never liked hills, to be honest, on normal bikes. Even though I like biking, I don't like the hills that much. So this is quite steep by here, so it is quite hard work. So I think, seeing as it's steep by here, let's try the old, let's try the walk function, see how fast it is. Hopefully, now we got a warning there, look, saying hot, look, okay? Can you see that there? So we have got a warning saying that it's getting hot going up hills, which is what a lot of 36 volt e-bikes suffer with. Yeah, so this is not the only 36 volt e-bike that I've had that hot warning coming up this hill. Now let's try the walk function. I'll hold down the minus button and then we're going along like this. And well, the speedometer is saying, I don't know if you can see that, it's saying, well, it's saying nothing now. Let's press the walk back button again. Let's turn our headlight off. Turn the headlight off. Let's try the walk function again. Right, there we go. The speedometer is saying 3 miles per hour. It's not 3 miles per hour. This is more like, it's not even 2 miles per hour. So it's quite a slow walk function. Let me just try if I can hold it back. And you can, look, it's a very, very weak walk function. Now, if you've got the thumb throttle on you like this, you can use the thumb throttle to walk up a hill, but that is a little bit violent. Let's just try in level 1. Now, the thumb throttle is a little bit, I'm trying to press it a little bit, there we go. So if it was a very steep hill, you could use, if you had it fitted, the thumb throttle. Anyway, let's get up the rest of this hill. Now, just for reference, this hill is it's over a mile, I'd say, in length, so it's quite a long hill. Like I said, if you was a person in the city, then you probably wouldn't come across a big mountain hill like this. Nearly got squished by an Amazon van then. He didn't want to slow down and be late for his delivery. Right, we've made it to the top of the hill. So we'll turn around now and we're going to try the old brake test. So let's go down here and I'll try and lean back a bit because I don't want to go over the handlebars. Ready? So, ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, right. Pretty good. I'm gonna say it's pretty good. It didn't make any, it didn't skid either. So it stopped pretty well. I can't show the stop distance because it didn't skid. It just did stop pretty well. So I think I better get down by here quickly before the Amazon man comes back, because they don't want to stop for any bicycle. So I think I'll tuck myself in by here for a second. Wait for him to go past me. Right, okay, so the Amazon driver has come past me. So I'm going to just let the bike roll down the hill. I'll try and let it go as fast as possible. But like I said, this is a small bike, so it's... How brave am I? That's the question, isn't it? How brave am I, or how stupid am I? Is one of them two things. Or a combination of both of them things. We're doing 12 miles per hour now. The trouble is I can't see around the corner, so in the winter I can see around the corner, but there's loads of trees and ferns now, so 21 miles per hour. 23. 24. 25. I'm going to chance it. Yay. Hope no cars come in. Yay. 26. 26.2. 26.4. 27. Oh, come on, 28, 28, 28. I'm going to start slowing down now for the cattle grid. Here we go across here. Oh my God. So, here we go, 28 on a little tiny bike. So, and it does feel a little bit, faster on a little tiny bike. But there we are. It was a bit of excitement for me, wasn't it? Right, I think I'm going to carry on down that way, and I don't know what I'm going to do next. We'll find out in a minute. Right, we're going on a slight sort of off-road sort of track by here, but I'm pushing the bike up here because this is like extremely steep. I'm using the thumb throttle to sort of help me get the bike up here. Doing a bit of wheel spinning actually. So it does make it nice and easy to get up the hill if you've got the twist throttle engaged. On this hill here, if I do press the walk assist function, it is weak, it's very weak, very, very weak. So the thumb throttle comes in handy. Hey, a bit too fast. Now, I did say that it's got a 7.8 amp hour battery, so it's not going to do a massive distance. It's saying 3 miles on here at the moment, and it's on 4 bars, but it is fluctuating between 4 and 3 bars. So I reckon that the overall range, well, it depends, doesn't it? I ain't going up hills, so it makes a lot of difference. If you're on the flat, it's going to go a lot further. So it's hard to say, isn't it? But it's not going to be a massive range. This bike is all about being small and lightweight, and you can take it anywhere. Now, I don't know if you can see with that camera at the moment now, I don't know if you can see, hang on, let me get over these bricks here. If I pedal like that, I don't know if you can see how far my knees are coming up, and you can gauge that at my height, because I am 5'10". Lots of bricks by here. It's not ideal for going over bricks and stuff, because you have got the small 14-inch wheels. There we go, we're past the bricks now, so let me pedal now, and hopefully you should be able to see where my knees are. Right, okay, made it up here, done a little bit of off-roading, extremely windy at the moment. It's very, very windy. I don't know if you can see around there, see the trees blowing. It does feel a lot windier than it looks. The microphone takes away the wind, so you can't really hear the wind. But it is windy, but this bike has made it up here. So that's a bit of a win. Even though it's a small bike, it has made it up here on a little bit of soft off-roading. Right, okay, I gotta make my way back down this mountain. There's a bit of a path by here. Can I get through by here, or is it overgrown? I have got a pair of shorts on, so if it's overgrown, I can't go through there. Let's have a look. Can I go through there? Oh, I don't know. I'm tempted, but I have got shorts on. So I'm gonna go around the long way, which is back up this way. Make my way back this way now. The rear suspension does help a lot, because these small wheel bikes, thin tyres, they are a bit bumpy, so that rear suspension is working. But I gotta make my way back down the mountain, and where to is it? Must be down here a bit further. Is it down by here somewhere? I think it's by here to the right. This is going to be quite bumpy, so I'm going to go slow. Oh, it's bumpy. Yeah, this field doesn't look that bumpy, but it is, trust me. It's very bumpy. It's very dry as well. It's proper off-roading. Well, it's not really, is it? Right, okay then. I think I've made my way back to civilization, so I'm going to make my way back. Right, okay, that's my review of the iScooter U1. All the links will be down in the description below, and if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!